So look, you see all these copywriters making a fortune online. They've got the Ferrari, they have the lifestyle, and you think, I want that too. Then you see them selling a 497 course that's going to give you all their secrets, and you think, well, that's reasonable. But it's a mistake. All of these courses are outdated, they don't give you the full picture, and I'm going to save you in this video. I'm going to give you a full free copywriting course step by step right now so you can start making money in 2025. Let's just jump into it. Okay, so my goal is to get you from 0 to 100K in 2025 as fast as humanly possible with this course. So I'm going to give you a quick course map of what you're going to learn. First thing, we're going to talk about what freelancing is and how you can get started with it. Then I'm going to show you copywriting. If you don't know anything, I'll give you a brief overview. Then I want to show you how to master copywriting on autopilot. So this is just easy to you. I also want to show you how to actually get clients, which is where you start getting paid. Then I want to show you how to scale to 6 figures fast, which is something that nobody actually talks about on YouTube. And finally, I want to show you where you go from here. Okay, so how this business model changed my life. So a couple of years ago, I was in uni. I was literally just angry at the world. Like, I had no money, I had no control over my life. I came from a very normal background. You know, I just worked like construction site jobs, factories, all like shops, all this kind of stuff. And to be honest, I frequently was like depressed and anxious about my life in general because I just didn't do anything I wanted to do. I was drinking because that's what everybody else did. And it just made me really, really unhappy. I had bad circles of sort of like cycles of behaviors and stuff like this. And I wasn't hanging around with people with the best sort of intentions or goals and stuff. And I just felt really, really lost in life. And I knew that I was ambitious and I was smart and I could do something, but I just never found that thing. Like, I was never that great at sport. I was never that great at, I guess, academic stuff, but I knew I was kind of smart and I was like, I can figure something out if I get the right thing. And that's when I noticed, like, when I first heard about copywriting. And so I worked my ass off. At the age of 20, I went from being a complete waster, smoking weed, drinking with my friends, doing stupid shit all the time and not really having any control over my life or any future or anything to be excited about. And then I started just working my ass off at copywriting. I met a guy at uni who was making money with some other thing, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna get into like this make money online stuff, and I get fairly overwhelmed. But when I found copywriting, I just dialed in. I was like, this is something I can focus on. I don't need to spend $20,000 on inventory for a business or learn all these complicated things like ads and all these 50 other things. I just learned how to write copy, write in a persuasive way, and that can genuinely change my life. And that's exactly what happened. As you can see, by the age of 22, I'd made my first 100K online, which was insane. Like, my mom was literally like, I thought you were just going to be a waster for the rest of your life because I was just playing PlayStation and eating bad food and doing nothing with my life. And then I found something that I was really, really happy to focus on, and that was copywriting. And it really wasn't that difficult to get into. It's very, very simple. I'm going to show you exactly what you have to do in this program. So, yeah, this was me on the left. This is me, literally the setup. This is where we started out in the bedroom. That was, that was a small place, man. I don't know how I did that for so long. Literally slept in bed, rolled out of bed, worked 12 hours a day. Really enjoyed it. I didn't need to work as much as I do now. If I had known what I'm going to put in this course for you, man, I could have done this like way less work and probably went to the gym a bit more at the time. So now I'm just happy and traveling the world. I get to run my business from anywhere. I'm currently in Dubai. I base myself out of here, and I am going to Brazil next month. Then I'm going to Bali in Asia. Then I'll probably go to Ireland and travel around Europe and stuff like that this summer. So this is basically what I've been able to get from copywriting, and I highly recommend you just start it. It's just the best thing I've ever discovered in my life, and it's honestly like it's just writing on a Google Doc. It's great. Okay. So what is the freelance model? Let's just get into it. The freelance business model is a really simple way of running a business. A freelancer is simply someone who provides a service to another person and charges them for it. They can charge based on hourly rate, project rate, retainer, or with royalties. So these are the 4 main ways that you can charge people. Obviously, hourly rate is just you set an hourly rate. This doesn't typically happen with freelance copywriters because you generally just pay for a project because you're not really incentivized the right way if you're doing it hourly, because you could just spend 10 hours on something that could take 1 hour. So that's why people generally pay you projects or retainers or royalties. Royalties are the gold standard of getting copywriting clients. Like, if you can get those, you'll make a percentage off of whatever you sell for a business, right? So you're just writing something for a business and making them money. But if you can get royalties on top of that, it's insane. If you can get paid like, let's say $3,000 for a project where you write for someone, and then you also make 5% of the sales it generates for the rest of the year, you can end up making like $30, $50, $100,000 off one project. So these are the different types of pricing models. I would generally say project, retainer, and royalties are the way to go, right? I want to explain the freelance model very quickly. Firstly, you just learn the skill. So you just figure out the skill of copywriting. Then you create an offer, which is just packaging what you do into something that people actually want to buy. Then you find business owners who want actually what you have to sell. So let's say you want to write emails for people. You find people who actually want emails, because not everybody does. And this is where you have to figure this out. Then you want to close those people on sales calls or just through the DMs and get paid for your services. I think I closed my first client through some Reddit group or something like that. It was just a dude who needed some like landing pages and stuff written out for. Closed them, a couple of $100. I was so hyped, and that's what you can do here. So copywriting, what is it? First of all, it's a type of writing aimed at persuading people to take an action. It's something that you see every day for hours, but you've probably never noticed. The skill of writing copy is not taught in school or university, but it's highly sought after. Companies will pay massive money for a good copywriter. And the funny thing about copywriting is I was never that good in school, but you don't actually write the same way you write in school. So in school you write like, you're taught to write all academically and use these words and do this and indentations and all this random shit. With copywriting, you have to write as simply as possible because you want to make people actually entertained by what you're writing. So here's why copywriting is so valuable, right? Copywriting is one of the most powerful skills in business and marketing because it directly influences sales, brand perception, and customer engagement. Here is why it's so valuable, right? Number one, it drives sales and conversion. So good copy turns a reader into a buyer. So if you're reading something on Facebook and then you decide, I might buy that product. I might buy that like blue light blocker glasses or whatever, right? Something like this. If I told you that, okay, these are like, let's say a bad copywriter. Okay, these are a pair of blue light blockers. You can use them for your, they're good for blocking out bad lights so you can go to sleep. Or if I sold you with better copywriting as, these will fix every bad sleep you've ever had for $15. If I could perfect your sleep for $15, would you take it? Yes, okay, buy the sunglasses, the blue light blocker glasses, right? So these copywriting directly drives sales. So if you're bad at it, right, which most business owners are because they're business owners have 50 million things to do, if they have a good copywriter come in, they can seriously like change how much money that business makes. And it's a really, really simple tweak. Like you're getting between a business and a customer, the point at which money is transferring from customers to a business, if you can get in there at the point of sale, that's where you make a lot of money, and that's exactly what copywriting is. So an example, a simple tweak in a button on a website from sign up to get your free trial could increase the conversions on their rate. So if 100 people go on that page and there's bad copy on it and you can improve that copy, you could double the amount of people that purchase based off of a small tweak in the copy, right? And this is why you're so valuable as a copywriter. Number two, it builds brand identity and trust. Your brand's voice is defined by its copy, whether it's playful, professional, bold. Well-crafted copy creates a strong, recognizable brand identity. So if people get used to your copy, you'll start to really create a brand. So an example is Apple's very minimalist, confident copy makes the products feel premium, right? Number three, it grabs and holds attention. People scroll through hundreds of messages daily. Great copy hooks them instantly and gets them engaged. So like an example of good copy would be, imagine you're texting a lot of people on Instagram. You can see that little first line of like the top line of whatever it is they're saying, and you decide whether or not you're going to click into that message, right? If you're a copywriter, right, and let's say you're pitching business owners on Instagram or something, you're texting lots of business owners, you want to write something in that top line that really grabs their attention, because if you grab their attention, they might purchase something from you. Whereas if you're a bad copywriter and you just send like, hey, Michael, you want to buy something? Like they probably don't care. So it's really important to write good copy because you can hook them immediately, right? Number four, it improves marketing return on investment, right? So this is a little bit more complicated, but well-written copy makes ads, emails, and content marketing more effective. Basically means if a company spends money on an ad, like they spend $1,000 on an ad, and it's better copy, you can convert more people to buy and just make them more money. It influences decision-making. It applies like psychology, like the basics of psychology, and it persuades people to buy. I'm going to go into this deeper, but I'll just run over these top ones. It works 24/7. Unlike salespeople, copy is literally active 24/7. Anyone with a business who sells anything online, people can click onto that website at any time and purchase their products, and the copy will still be selling them, whether it's 2 in the morning or whether it's 3 in the day. It's the foundation of digital marketing. Copywriting is literally the backbone of everything. If you look at YouTube, copywriting is in everything. Every title that you read, every thumbnail that you look at, every video you actually watch, there's a script behind the video, there's a title that's meant to be engaging, there's a thumbnail that's also meant to be engaging, and then there's probably a sales page if the creator sells you something. So copy is there everywhere. There's so much money in copywriting. People just don't know about this because it's hidden in plain sight. There's high demand for it as well, so it's obviously high income potential. Like, there's huge demand. I've just shown you with YouTube, and every single business on earth sells something, and because not every business uses salespeople, they'll have to use copy, right? So there's a lot of money in it. Here's some quick examples of copywriting. Ad copy, Nike have Just Do It. Just do it. That's literally their tagline. That's someone wrote that, and now it makes them a ton of money. Then you have website copy. So let's say Slack is like a software you can use, and Slack's copy is make work simpler, more pleasant, and more productive. So that just highlights the benefits. Then we have email marketing copy. So the subject might be your dream vacation awaits, 50% off this week only. Using urgency. So telling them that this week, this is the only week you can get on this sick deal. And this is what you do as a copywriter. You try and get people to click. You try and get people to buy. Social media copy, fairly simple. It just could be an Instagram ad. It's like meet the new iPhone, the best iPhone yet. Landing page copy, Dropbox, save your files, access anywhere. You know what I mean, yada, yada, yada. Product descriptions, sales page copy. Anywhere you purchase anything, there is copy. The same goes for all of these. Video scripts. Like, people don't realize videos have scripts because they just wouldn't think of that. Like, every single ad you watch on TV or on Instagram or on YouTube or Facebook has copy in it. And you'll start to notice this everywhere. Direct response copy is it's like another sort of type of copy. It's where you try and get a direct response from the buyer or the reader. You try and get them to purchase straight away. So I want to show you quickly how to master copywriting fast, because a lot of people overcomplicate this, right? And it's really not that complicated. So first of all, you need to start understanding the core principles of copywriting. I'm going to give you some resources down below where you can go really in depth on all of these, because it would honestly take me 10 hours to do it in this video. And believe it or not, I've actually made a 10-hour course on my channel, which you can watch straight after this one if you want to go really deep into all of these topics, right? So some of the basic core principles of copywriting are the AIDA framework. So attention, interest, desire, action. So basically this is a structure for writing in a way that first of all grabs attention, gets their interest, makes them desire something, and then action is where they usually purchase. So if I'm selling you an iPhone, I say, hey, this thing is gonna, let's say it's an iPod, this thing's gonna give you 1,000 songs in your pocket. Are you sick of having to carry around a Walkman or something like that? And then you really make them desire a solution to the problem that they have, which is an iPod or whatever, right? And you get them to purchase. You have a link to purchase the iPod. Then you have the problem, agitate, solution formula, which is just create a problem in someone's head, make them actually really feel like what the problem is. Like, let's say they're overweight. You want to agitate. You want to tell them, look, hey, you have a problem and you need to solve this, and we can help you solve it with our product. Persuasion techniques, scarcity, urgency, social proof. These are all just little tools that you can also use. Scarcity is when you make something feel like there's less of it so that people want it more. Like, there are only 10 of these Ferraris in the world, so some billionaire just like, okay, I want to buy one. I don't want anyone else to have the same one. Urgency, this deal ends this week. You have to get in now before it ends. Social proof, 1,000 other people have purchased this product. Why don't you join as well? Everybody else is buying it. Why are you not buying it? And reciprocity, which is where you give something for free and it makes someone want to actually pay you back because they're like, oh, this guy's giving me something for free. And good books for this are listed here: Copywriter's Handbook, Breakthrough Advertising, Influence by Robert Cialdini, and then my channel. I give you so much free content, literally just hours and hours worth of free content. So reverse engineer winning copy. So you need to find high converting sales pages, ads, emails, and headlines. Then you analyze why they work. So this is called a swipe file, right? Where you get a big folder of all the things that you want to put in and learn about, and you start to analyze them. You start to look at like, okay, does this create a problem for the reader? Does this grab attention? Why does it grab attention? And then you can try, whenever you start to write your own copy, you can start to use the things that you find in your swipe file of these examples of other great copywriters, right? Then you can copy them by hand, literally rewrite them by hand. This is what I used to do when I started to absorb the style. So where to find great copy? There are a couple of good websites. You have swipe.co and goodui.org. Both of those show you really cool tools, like give you loads and loads of examples of how good copy looks. Great ad examples, you can go to Facebook ad library. You can look at like what a business, let's say you wanted to write ads for Iman Gadzi, for example, right? This video is about him. You could go and see what ads he's running on his Facebook pages by going to Facebook ad library. Then you could also have a look at his emails. You could sign up for newsletters of the top brands and you could start to look at their emails, right? Then you should practice writing every day. This is basically what most people don't do and why most people don't make money, because it's really not that difficult. Like, writing on a document and getting paid for it ain't that difficult compared to working on a construction site or in a factory. I've had so many horrible, difficult, long-hour jobs that I'm so sick of. And, you know, when I found out about copywriting, I was like, you're telling me I can literally sit down and write something on my computer and get paid more in like one project than I used to get paid in a month for like 200 hours of work. It's absolutely insane. Your entire life will change if you get good at this and start to practice it daily. So just write something every single day. Write multiple things a day. As much time as you possibly have, just go in on it. Start writing things. Get feedback, right? Literally look at your swipe file. You can just look at so many different types of copy. And honestly, like I say, get feedback. It's really, really important that you actually get feedback to see whether or not your copy's good, because if you want to start getting paid, you're going to have to get people's attention in the DMs, or like we're going to explain how to get clients and stuff like that. And if you don't know how to write good copy, and if you don't understand what goes into good copy, then you're not going to get paid. So I highly recommend you join a group. Now, I have a group you can apply for in the description. It's a coaching one-to-one mentorship. You get a lot of attention, a lot of help from myself and my head coach. And yeah, we get some insane student results, which I won't talk about anymore here. So let's just get through. Number 4, get real world feedback. Post your copy in copywriting communities. So Reddit, no, I actually wouldn't say this. So I've written this here. I wrote this as like kind of like a joke, right? Because I've talked about this before. So Reddit has this thing called r/copywriting, and then there are like free copywriting groups. These actually aren't a good place to post them, because you'd think like, oh yeah, I'll just go into online copywriting communities and post it. But the people who are in those communities generally haven't made any money because they're free and anybody could post. So my mother could go into those communities and start criticizing people. And generally people on Reddit and Facebook are very miserable people, and they are just complaining about everything, and they're not going to give you very good feedback. So post in copywriting communities, but not Reddit or Facebook, right? I've kind of written that as a joke here. Join a paid community. I'm not going to lie. Like, even if it's not mine, if you don't like me or you think I'm full of shit, don't buy mine, but you can buy someone else's. I do recommend you buy mine. We get great results and stuff, but join a paid community. Don't go to a free one. You can also offer free work to a small business in exchange for testimonials, because they'll tell you what's good and bad. Just like the principle of what I'm telling you here is just start writing stuff and sending it to people. Make things happen in the world. Go out and do it. Nothing will happen until you start, right? This is one thing I wish I told myself years ago. Nothing's going to happen until you start doing. So many people pick things apart and ask a million questions. They want to get everything perfect before they start. Just start writing. Send it out to people. You'll start to see results. Freelance on Upwork or Fiverr. Start small and build up. We have full courses on this inside our paid thing, but there's also free training on my YouTube channel, which I'll explain later how to get. Number 5, master persuasion and storytelling. You need to learn how emotions drive decisions. So reading the books and watching the videos I've told you about will help you do that. Use storytelling. There's so many different types of storytelling techniques that you can use, like the hero's journey. Hero's journey is something that you'll see in most Hollywood movies or whatever, and you see it in a lot of copy as well. Like, this guy starts out in this bad enough position. He starts to build up. He starts to meet people. He starts to get towards his goal, and then something stops him, and then he overcomes that goal and like does it. So let's say you start out as a fat person, and like that was me a couple of years ago. I was overweight. I worked really, really hard. I was getting in better shape, and then I got stopped by like injuries and stuff like that. But then I kept pushing on, and I finally got to my goal of being jacked or whatever. That would be a hero's journey, right? Case studies is where you just tell a story about a client. So let's say you're writing for someone who has a fitness program. You want to write a story about like, oh, Lisa was 50 pounds overweight, blah, blah, blah. She worked hard through 6 months of ups and downs. She was able to get there. Join our program. We help you do that, right? Before and after, there's pretty much the same thing, right? So use AI and tools to speed up learning. This is something that literally, I'm going to make a full video on this, because subscribe, by the way, if you want that. I'm going to make a full video on this because if I had AI a couple of years ago, I'd genuinely be worth like 10 or 20 times more than I am now. And because you can just get everything done. You can just speed up everything. Like everything can be sped up with ChatGPT and Jasper. You can ask it to help you review copy. I probably wouldn't use it for that. You need an expert human to do that. But you could help it to basically learn like little tutorials for when you're starting your business. Like, okay, I need to set up a website. How do I do that? It'll help you through the whole process, right? So ChatGPT and Jasper, you can generate some stuff. You can generate some stuff. I'll put out a full course on this with ChatGPT in terms of copywriting stuff, but I wouldn't recommend it because you'd really have to edit it a lot, because it's just not very good by itself. It's a bit boring. And you can really tell when something's written by AI. Hemingway app, this is another app that just makes your writing more clear and concise. Grammarly, this is one that a lot of people need because they don't know how to spell. And that's fine. I work really fast. Sometimes I make spell mistakes, but I use Grammarly to basically quality check that. Then you want to start charging for your work, right? Once you have 5 to 10 solid copy samples, start freelancing. Create a simple portfolio website. So you can use card.co, Notion, or Medium to do this. Card is probably the best one. Then you want to offer low-cost services on Upwork, Fiverr, or LinkedIn. So this is just where you start to write for people. Then you want to reach out to small businesses via cold email. I'm going to go into detail on all of these things. And then you can start to write for all these businesses, right? So scale to high-paying clients, right? So we're going to get into a bit more detail here, but you can get testimonials and case studies. Once you start writing for business owners, you can start to get case studies from them, a little video being like, hey, yeah, I worked with Matthew, the copywriter, very, very good. This is what I got with some of my biggest clients early on. I was able to work with people like Panasonic, Warner Bros., Burger King, BBC, all these huge companies. And then whenever I'd go to write for somebody else, they'd be like, oh, holy shit, this guy's worked for some of the biggest companies in the world. And it really helped. So the sooner you can get that in, the better. Learn SEO, email marketing, and direct response copywriting for bigger opportunities. Specialize in high-paying niches. These are a couple of the best ones. And now I want to talk about how to get clients, which is where you start to get paid. So setting up a professional online presence is the first part of getting clients. This is so important. And before you start reaching out, make sure that your online presence looks professional. Clients will Google you or check your social media before hiring you. Think about any business, right? If I'm a business owner, right, which I am, I'm not going to just start working with some guy without knowing anything about him, because he could be a convicted sex offender and I have no idea. So the first thing I do whenever someone pitches me, if I'm interested in working with them, is I Google them. I have a look at what else they have. I can also spot mistakes. I can tell if they don't present themselves well online, I don't want them working for me on my marketing. Like if they're a bad marketer, why would I want to work with them? If they don't demonstrate that they're good at what they do, or they're like a professional person, like you wouldn't believe the amount of people who pitch me, and then I take like 2 seconds, I look at their profile, and I'm like, no, wouldn't work with them. Seems like an idiot. This isn't formatted correctly. This looks bad. This looks cheap. Like, you need to have these things right. Profile photo, get a clean, high quality headshot. The amazing thing now is you can use AI. There's probably tons of tools out there you can use that my clients use anyway in our private coaching group. And they pretty much just put in photos of themselves, like selfies and stuff, and it'll make like a really professional, nice image of them. Then your bio, so clearly state who you help and what you do. For example, I help e-commerce brands increase conversions with high quality email sequences. You'd go more specific than this, but we can explain that later. Then your content, so share quick copy tips, client wins, or if you go nice places, you've got like nice Instagram photos. If you've got a nice clean IG, that's also good, right? Just nothing silly or unprofessional, right? I don't want to see you drinking. I don't want to see you drinking on that profile, right? One-page website portfolio. This is really simple. Headline, what you do and who you help. So, hey, we write YouTube scripts for people and get like 50% more views, blah, blah, blah. This is the thing that I do. Then you want to include any work samples. So if you've got case studies or anything you've done before, just add it down. And if you don't have real clients, just write mock samples. Say, hey, here's some I wrote for Adidas. Here's some I wrote for this company, this company. Then add some contact info. You wouldn't believe some people don't actually have place where I can just like buy from them or hop on a call. So you need to have like a Calendly link where people can hop on and book a call with you and speak to you. Tools to build a simple website. I've talked about Card, Notion, Medium. So set up a good LinkedIn, set up a good Instagram, set up a Card. Card is like the easiest website you can make, and you can also use ChatGPT to tell you how to do it, right? or you could just pay someone. It's quicker to pay people. By the way, your time is way more valuable than your money right now. This is why I tell you, don't like buy someone like Iman Gadzi's course, because like 50 courses in there. I haven't heard of any good results from them. Someone like me here, I can make a free video here and teach you like way more than you'll learn in any of those courses, to be honest. Let's just be honest. So yeah, time is way more valuable. If you can pay for things, do that. Speed yourself up. If you can pay for mentorship, if you can pay for websites, pay for people to help you do things, do it. I spend thousands and thousands of dollars a month on people just telling me what to do in business, because I'm just like, speed things up. Like, I don't want to make mistakes. I just pay someone who's better and who's more experienced, and I get them to teach me how to do it, right? Now, creating an irresistible offer. This is really important. So this is the thing that you actually sell to people. The formula is for a good offer. First of all, it's what you do. So I write YouTube scripts, for example. I write them for educational YouTubers, so people who sell digital courses or fitness programs or whatever they might sell. And the benefit, I save you time, I make you more money, and if you don't like them, I give you your money back. No problem, right? Another example, I write email sequences for e-commerce brands that increase sales by 20% in 30 days or you don't pay. Now, it's really important that if you make this claim, you can back it up with some numbers, because I will look for the numbers. I have people pitching me all the time, and they make a claim like this, but they have literally no backing. They just say this because it sounds good, right? You need to actually be able to deliver. So don't make a claim if you can't do it. So one that I know that worked really well was like a guy started like a content agency, and he was like, okay, I'm going to produce your YouTube videos for you. All you need to do is spend 2 hours a month filming. I will do all of the production, everything else for you for $4,000, right? And this guy scaled to like multi-millionaire because he had a really sick offer. Like 2 hours a month and I get all my YouTube content made. Sick, let's do it. Boom. So why this works, this offer in particular, clear service. It's very clear to understand what they do. You don't just say, I write copy or I do this. You have to be specific. You have a specific audience. So e-commerce brands, you get even more specific. 8-figure e-commerce health brands, I will help you get more sales, right? More specific. Tangible benefit, 20% more sales. Risk reversal, guarantee removes any reason for them to hesitate, right? Make it better. How to make your offer stand out? Be results driven. Don't just say, I write copy. Say, I write copy that increases revenue. Make it risk-free. Offer a guarantee. Offer something that makes life easier for the client. Most people are so lazy and they don't want to put any work in, and they just want to say, I'll show you an example in a minute of something that people always do that really annoys me, and it doesn't work. But you really just understand you have to put a lot of effort in here at the beginning, but it will pay off. You'll have like an insane business within a year, and you'll be able to make a ton of money. And keep it simple. If they have to think too hard, they'll move on. So just make life really easy for your client. So if I will make all your YouTube content for you and all I need is 2 hours of your time every month, how is that? That's an amazing offer, right? Now let's talk about a multi-channel outreach strategy. So once you've set up, like you've got an offer, a little website, and a social media presence, now you need to start reaching out to people, like getting people's attention and bringing them towards your book call page or whatever, right? So you need to be everywhere. DMs, email, video content, and networking. The more touch points you have, the more likely, basically the more you can reach out to people. Imagine I'm telling you I want you to meet your wife in the next 6 months. What are you going to do? Are you going to sit in your house and think about it, and you're going to talk about this strategy and that strategy? No, you're going to go to bars, you're going to sign up for dating app, you're going to go to events, you're going to talk to friends, you're going to be like, hey, can you introduce me to this girl? You'll maybe talk to someone in the gym. You'll do as much as you humanly can to get a wife, right? And you're not going to meet your wife in 6 months most likely, but this is exactly how you should approach getting copywriting clients. Just go hard, man. Just go 100 miles an hour. This is what all my successful clients get. So cold DMs. So this is the first one. So this is how to reach out to someone completely cold. This is best for small business owners, coaches, and brands that are already actively online. So think of a business owner who's actively on his Instagram or DMs. He's going to actually see this. So here's a bad example of a cold DM template. So if you've ever watched a copywriting video before, people will tell you to send this, and it's the worst thing ever. It worked 4 years ago, but it doesn't work anymore because it's been overused, right? Because everyone tells you what to do. So it starts off people say, oh, hey, Naeem, I love what you're doing with your business. They give a really crappy, generic message. I specialize in writing this that helps businesses like yours, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I do not care. There's nothing in this for me. I actually rewrote this for you. Do you mind if I send it over? Let me know what you think. No pressure. It sets a really weak frame. It's oh, yeah, I can do this for you. No problem. The reason it sets a weak frame is because you're just like the little smiley face, all this shit. Like this is directly taken from a video I saw. I was like, don't use this, right? This really doesn't work because it doesn't actually show any risk. So I've had people text me this, right, and be like, okay, I've rewrote your YouTube video. Do you want me to send it over? And I'm like, no, you haven't, because if you rewrote it, you would already have sent it in this message. You would have sent it. Why would you have waited? You just said that because you've sent this message to 1,000 people and you want me to think you've actually done something. And I've seen this message a million times now, so obviously I don't care. So like this is where you actually have to go above and beyond. Like do your outreach properly. So a good example of what you could do, hey name, super personalized first comment. So you literally say something, if they're a YouTuber, watch their content, see if they like a certain artist, or like pick up something that they talk about in their personal life that you could say, oh yeah, it's really funny that you did this, blah, blah, blah. I really like that country, or I like this, or whatever. I wrote you this full YouTube script, or whatever you wrote them, email sequence, blah, 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 based on one of your lower performing videos. So something that you did that you probably wasn't happy with, I actually rewrote it for you. And also, this is an important one. I've had people pitch me and like they do this thing that's really annoying where they're like, oh yeah, I noticed that your website's kind of shitty and you need some help with it. I'm like, bro, if you're going up to a girl, that's like being like, oh, I noticed you're single. It must be because you're ugly. Let me take you out on a date. I'll show you that you're not ugly. That kind of shit, right? You don't insult a potential client. Just don't do that. So you just say, hey, look, one of these things could have been a little bit better, maybe based on the performance. I just rewrote it. If you're interested, here's the link. No problem, right? You don't slag it off. Like, please don't do that. I've written over 100 scripts. Like, show them. Yeah, then this is another thing. Show them why they should give a shit about you. I've written over 100 scripts and started a YouTube channel that teaches script writing. Here's the link. Show them proof that you have done a lot of work, because the assumption from a business owner is that everyone cold DMing them is lazy, because generally most people are. Most people that are trying to pitch you, most freelancers, are lazy. They don't have a good understanding of what it is they're supposed to do, and they've never done any work before. So you need to show me that you've done those things by actually doing the work. You can't bullshit this. You can't lie. You just have to do the work. This is what I did. I just, for months and months and months, I just worked. I put it all together, and then people could see that. They could see the quality, because people know when you've put in 1,000 hours of work. If you watch two players playing soccer and someone told you, okay, they both have played 1,000 hours worth of soccer, and then one of them comes out and he's absolute shit, and the other one's unbelievable, like Ronaldinho level, are you going to believe that they've both played 1,000? No, you're going to see very quickly that one of them's full of shit. It's the exact same here. Cold email is another one. You can basically do the exact same with DM, but just hit them on email as well. So if I see you multiple places and you have a good offer, a good pitch, all this sort of stuff, I'm more likely to pay attention. You need to steal people's focus with your outreach. You really need to grab their attention. It's really important. Now, video content outreach. This is another one. I'm going to show you a sick method that nobody shows on YouTube because I just like helping people. Why videos? Okay, videos build more trust. People see you as a real person. Videos also warm up leads. So people who engage with your content are more likely to buy. So if I send you a video, let's say I'm pitching you on something, you're more likely to reply to a personalized video that I've recorded just like this. Imagine I sent you this video. More likely to respond because you see that there's more effort put in and I value your time more, and so I'm paying you a compliment by just sending you this video because it's higher effort. That's how you have to act with a business owner. You have to really put in high effort. And it's really simple to do this. I'm going to show you a tool that makes it so easy. You don't even have to stress about this. Then you want to showcase your expertise. So teaching makes you the expert. Here is your profit machine. It's called Loom, and I'm actually using it to record this slideshow right now. So Loom is a free video recording tool that allows you to record your screen, camera, or both to create a short, engaging video. It is absolutely perfect for personalized client outreach because you can send quick video pitches. I could send a little video like I'm doing that right now and talk about whatever I want to help you with. Or I could break down your website or ad copy. I could literally go through and be like, hey, I think this could be improved, this could be improved. I've also written one for you. Here's an example, blah, blah, blah. It also builds trust. Clients can actually see your face, which makes it more credible. Speeds up communication. Instead of long emails, send a 1-minute video. It's way more personalized. Now, you have to actually make it enticing. You have to still send a good DM or email, because for someone to click on a video, that is them giving away their time. They're like, okay, I'm going to commit to 1 minute of my time to watch this random person's cold pitch. It's really important you understand that as a cold DMer or a cold caller or anyone who's reaching out to people, you really have to work to get their attention. They're not just going to, nobody owes you anything, all right? And you just got to learn this from day one. So why use Loom? It's just higher response rates than text or email from experience. Fast and easy. You can record one of these in a minute. Makes you stand out from other freelancers. Like I get so many people just pitching me, and like if you just go and make a little bit more effort than everybody else, you're likely to close a client. But most people just don't want to do that. Most people are lazy. Bottom line is Loom helps you land more clients faster. So why Loom video outreach works so well? People trust faces more than text. Seeing your face builds a connection. It makes you show that you're a real person, show that you're professional. If you come across well in the video, you have less competition because most people don't do it. Personalized approach, you can say their name, you can be real, you can be a normal person. And clients see the problem and solution easier, which speeds up decision making. It's basically a sales call, but without the awkward pressure. People want to see in person what you look like, realistically, if they want to work with you and pay a lot of money. So what you need for an efficient Loom strategy? Well, Loom. It's very free. Just Google the word Loom and you'll find it. Download it for free. Good lighting and clear audio. Use headphones or a basic mic if you don't have, a professional microphone. You don't even need a professional microphone. This is like $100, but you could literally use you could use something cheaper that's better. Headphones are usually fine. Structure script to follow, so like you don't ramble. So like you'll have a little thing in front of you beside your laptop that says exactly what you have to say. A high quality prospecting list. Target businesses that need better copy. And how to record an efficient Loom video, right? Let's just go step by step through it. I'm just hammering you with value here. You might want to watch this video back and take some notes because there's a lot of information. So first thing you need to do is find a business that needs better copy. Let me just take a sip of water. If you're still watching this video, comment the word "sip that water, bruh," because I've been talking for like 36 minutes straight. Okay, sweet. We're back. Instagram, Facebook ads. Search ad library and rewrite bad ads. This is how you find it. You find the stuff that they're posting and you look for weaknesses and you improve it for them. Look at their website, look at their email, see if they can be fixed, if you can do anything better. And again, don't insult them. Say, hey, I think this could be better. I think if we try this and this and this and this, you can improve. Step 2, follow this 3-part video script. So I'm going to give you a 3-part script for all your Loom videos. This is sick. Keep your video under 2 minutes. Short videos get higher responses. First thing you want to do in the video, right, in the Loom video that you send to a client, is hook them. Grab their attention fast. Make it funny, make it interesting, say whatever you want to say, just don't be boring and generic. Because everybody's boring and generic. If you can make it funnier, if you can make it interesting, if you can make it personalized to them, you'll make them more interested in working with you. Then you want to show the problem that they have from 10 to 30 seconds in the video. You want to point out the issue and why it's costing them money. Now, they're not stupid, so don't point out something that they don't realize is like, no business owner wants to be lectured to by a beginner freelancer, right? So you need to come across as like endearing. Don't just be like, this is why I hate it when people are like, oh, did you realize you're losing money on blah, blah, blah? It's like, I know that, bro, but like, how do I know you're actually going to be good? So like, really think about this, be creative about how you show their problem without being a beginner. Offer a quick solution. So give them free value up front by rewriting their copy. Actually write the copy. Don't just tell them you're going to write it. Write it up front. Then you want to give them a call to action, which is just like actually get them to reply. So, hey, send me ping me back if this piques your interest. If you want some help, ping me back, blah, blah, blah. Send me an email back or reply. And I can send you a link to book in with my calendar, blah, blah, blah. Make life really easy. Get a quick little win. Now, number 4, sending the Loom video efficiently. High response method. This actually works. Once you've recorded your video, send it via multiple channels. So send it via cold email, send it by DM and cold email to every platform that they have. The YouTube, Instagram, email, send it everywhere. Comment on their stuff. Really let them know you've sent this. Only do this though if you've actually put the effort in and made a good Loom and a good offer to them. Then scale your Loom strategy. So you can use a template script. You can say the same thing in every video, but just have some personalized stuff that you change every time. You can use ChatGPT to quickly rewrite copy for businesses. I wouldn't do this, but I'd like make it better. You can use ChatGPT for some of it and basically rewrite it, but I'll come out with an AI course. Just comment AI if you're interested in seeing that as well. And record a generic copy audit video. So this is just where you audit like their specific stuff. And you can pretty much just send this out to a lot of people. Now, here's your fast track plan. Find 10 to 20 businesses. This is just a recap of what we just talked about. Record the videos, send them out to every single platform that they're on. Comment, follow up. Have a big list on a Google spreadsheet or something of all the people that you've reached out to, and then every like 3 days, just follow up again. If you do that, I guarantee like you'll get further than most people. So how to scale fast? Be absolutely sick at what you do. This is pretty obvious. Like if you're really good at what you do, people will start to notice and you start to get clients. Then also focus on high value services, charge more money. So once you start getting a couple of clients, you should really charge more money. You shouldn't be charging like $50 if you're good. Because if you're good at something, you ain't gonna be cheap, right? I used to write really, really cheap, and then I realized if I just price myself at like 10 times more, instead of charging 300, I charge 3,000. People just value more because they're like, well, it's 3,000, it must be 3,000 for a reason. You know what I mean? Even if you've just made that up, you're instantly perceived as more valuable. If I sell you a phone that's like £50 versus one that's 500, you're like, well, he wouldn't sell me something for 500 if it wasn't worth that. You know what I mean? So these are some prices you can use. So create a simple client getting system. This is the three-step scaling system, all right? You need a consistent income. A lot of people get into copywriting, they'll get a couple of clients, and they'll make a couple of grand or something like that, and then they'll think, oh, sweet, I'm rich now, because they had zero before, or they had very little before, and they've started to make some money, but they don't scale it. They don't hit it at scale. You got to build a consistent income. This is your business, right? You got to make a ton of money with it. So first thing, attract, use exactly what I've told you here, and just apply scale to it. Like, just start using the numbers. We can explain that. Like if you're really doing this, like I highly recommend you just apply to work with a coach like myself, because we can help you. We've done this for like thousands of people. Like we've got so many insane results. Convert, use personalized outreach, and retain. Keep clients coming back. Give them all the little things. Once you're writing their YouTube script, say, hey, I can also write some emails. I can also do this for you. Once you're in there, once you're doing a good job, like once you're sick at what you do, you'll be able to make a ton of money off one client and increase your lifetime value of that client, right? The amount of money that they pay over their lifetime. Then you want to automate and delegate. So once you're making, like we have a couple of people in our Apex coaching community for copywriters. We have a couple of people in there who are making like a couple of grand a month now, and they've got another job and they've got kids, and they actually like don't have any more time to get more clients. So that's when you start to automate and you start to reach out. So we help those people like hire a person. Like, okay, outsource this piece of work to someone else, bang, bang, bang. Now you have more time to get clients. Getting clients is the thing that actually gets you paid. You can have someone else write the copy and you just quality control. Save your time. Your time's the most valuable thing you have. You can use AI and templates to like do so much stuff. You can outsource your research and editing. So anything you need to do, you can learn it, you can delegate it to someone else, and then build a team, right? Goal is to work on the business, not in it. Convert one-time clients into monthly retainers. We've sort of chatted about this. Retainer clients equals stable income. If you can get someone locked in on like a 5-month contract, that's way better than just having like month to month, because you can make a lot more money and you're just more safe. And then you can work on getting other clients because you know what you're doing. Build a personal brand. I highly recommend this. I'll make a full video on this. Post daily value on LinkedIn, Twitter, or YouTube. Break down winning ad copy and share insights. Showcase client results. Show off the stuff that you've actually done, and then go on podcasts. Like speak to more people. Get in front of other networks of people. People trust those who teach. Share your knowledge, and clients will come to you. All right, so if you want to learn everything that I've talked about in way more detail, I have a 10-hour course that I'll put on the screen right now. Thank you for watching. Don't buy any stupid courses. Start for free. And if you want some actual coaching, not just a course, if you want some coaching, hit the link in the description to apply. See ya.